What happened last night in Monaco was nothing short of astonishing. Prince Albert, whom we are all used to seeing as calm, composed, and strictly formal, seemed to melt before our very eyes and turn into a completely different man. Just imagine this. A man who always follows royal protocol to the letter suddenly starts kissing his wife in public, constantly hugging their children, showing tender gestures, and shaking hands with ordinary people, all with such genuine warmth that we could hardly believe what we were seeing. Even more surprising was the fact that he allowed himself to forget about royal restraint and openly express emotions that he usually hides behind a mask of official duty. So, what could possibly have happened in this fairy tale principality that made such a reserved prince transform into a loving family man and an approachable ruler? The answer lies in a truly significant milestone. Exactly 20 years ago, on the 12th of July 2005, Albert II ascended the throne of Monaco. And last night's celebration was far more than just a formal commemoration of that anniversary. It turned into a true celebration of family, love, tradition, and the continuity of the Grimaldi dynasty. The palace became the backdrop for one of the most touching and unforgettable scenes in the modern history of European monarchies. Let us start with the scale of the event itself, which was organized with the kind of grandeur worthy of such a special occasion. The Grimaldi Palace was adorned with a specially crafted ice sculpture, symbolizing the purity of intentions and the transparency of power. The white staircase leading to the main entrance was covered in flowers, and the entire courtyard was transformed into an open-air theatrical stage. Every detail was carefully thought out by the organizers, perfectly aligning with the prince's vision to make this day meaningful not only for the royal family, but for all the people of Monaco. As guests began to arrive at the palace, everyone's eyes turned toward the royal family. And this is where the evening delivered its first unexpected surprise. Princess Charlene, who usually opts for classic and neutral tones, appeared in a stunning dusty rose dress that immediately set her apart from the sea of white outfits chosen by nearly every other woman attending the event. That bold color choice turned out to be a stroke of genius. The dress itself was a true work of art. An asymmetrical hemline adorned with delicate lace flowers, wide, elegant straps, and a bow-tied belt that perfectly highlighted the princess's slim waist. The mid-length gown looked both modern and entirely appropriate for the royal setting. Charlene was literally glowing in that look, and her genuine smile and relaxed posture made it clear that she was enjoying the moment and felt truly happy to be standing by her husband's side on such an important day for their family. But the real revelation and absolute sensation of the evening was Prince Albert's own behavior. A man who has ruled his principality for 2 decades with iron discipline and nearly mechanical adherence to protocol suddenly allowed himself to show real human emotion. He did not just stand beside his wife. He held her hand, gently touched her shoulder, leaned in to whisper something in her ear, making her laugh and smile. And when their children, 9-year-old twins, Jacques and Gabriella, joined them, the prince's face lit up with fatherly pride and tenderness. The transformation was remarkable. A ruler known for formality, now a man visibly full of warmth, deeply connected to his loved ones. The family then walked through the palace gates onto the courtyard, where they were greeted by a crowd of citizens. And it was here that something truly unprecedented happened, at least in the context of modern European monarchies. Prince Albert did not limit himself to formal waves and polite nods from a safe distance. He personally stepped down to meet the people, shook hands, listened to their congratulations, posed for selfies, and even hugged some of the residents of the principality. For someone of his rank and status, This was nothing short of a gift to the people, a heartfelt gesture that showed that power can be both noble and human. Now, let us talk about the other members of the famous Grimaldi family, all of whom came together to support the head of the house on this special day. Prince Albert's sisters, Caroline and Stéphanie, traditionally drew attention. Caroline chose a relatively short white dress with thin straps, a tiered skirt, and a semi-sheer lace cape with shimmering details. Stéphanie opted for a relaxed, linen, white dress with a straight cut, a stand-up collar, and three-quarter sleeves, simple yet elegant. And true to her individual style, Charlotte Casiraghi, Caroline's daughter and Albert's niece, once again showcased her impeccable taste and sense of style. The young woman, who usually resides in Paris, came back to her homeland with her son to support the family. Her outfit was a true piece of fashion art. It gave the visual impression of an elegant two-piece ensemble, a white camisole top paired with a long, flowing black skirt. The bold color contrast looked simultaneously classic and contemporary, striking the perfect balance between royal etiquette and current fashion trends. It is especially noteworthy that every single member of the extended Grimaldi family was present at the celebration. This is quite symbolic, given that in recent years many of them have chosen to live more private lives, focusing on careers, children, and personal interests. Caroline's children, Andrea, Pierre, and Charlotte, generally avoid official events and prefer to stay out of the public spotlight. The fact that all of them gathered together on this day to honor the head of the family speaks volumes about the strength of their family bonds and mutual respect, qualities that are not always easy to find in modern royal dynasties. The unforgettable evening ended with a ceremonial walk through the specially decorated palace square, where guests could admire various art installations, including the symbolic ice sculpture and the stunning floral staircase. This evening will surely go down in the history of Monaco, not merely as another royal anniversary, but as a shining example of how a modern constitutional monarchy can successfully combine ancient tradition with innovative vision, the grandeur of official moments with heartfelt sincerity, and protocol with openness toward the people. On this extraordinary day, Prince Albert showed the world that it is possible to remain true to centuries-old family traditions while embracing simple but essential human values. Love for family, genuine gratitude toward one's people, and the unfiltered joy of each passing year, spent on the ancestral throne.